This is the Scholarlynk news for 27th November 2020. With a sudden surge of COVID 19 cases at Top Glove Factories, the world's largest rubber glove producer, authorities are trying to find out what may have gone wrong. People living next to these factories are fearing for their own safety. The Labour Department will be focusing completely on the working and housing conditions at Top Glove factories to try and contain the nation's most active COVID 19 cluster. Top Glove currently employs over 21,000 workers in Malaysia and has been ordered to close its factories in stages. Investigations have revealed the crowded and unsanitary conditions at hostels. This is not the first time Top Glove has gotten in trouble with the authorities. In July, a US import ban was imposed on two of their companies as it was suspected that they were using forced labor. Think about it. Workers staying at hostels are a particularly vulnerable group to the pandemic due to overcrowding. What measures can be taken to improve these workers' living conditions? You can look at how Singapore handled the outbreak among workers' dormitories for some examples. Indonesia sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which is one of the world's most seismically active regions, where many volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and tsunamis occur. Last year, Indonesia recorded 9,384 disasters, which killed 684 people. This year, there have been 1,944 disasters which killed 272 people. Despite these numbers, emergency preparedness among the public is still lacking. In February, the National Disaster Mitigation Agency launched nationwide petabencana.id, a crowdsourcing information platform that provides real-time information to optimize emergency responses during disasters. The platform collects information from other sources as well as from local residents through social media. The information is verified using artificial intelligence, and only confirmed reports are published on the interactive map. Officials noted that a combination of technology and educating people on the need to evacuate before it is too late is necessary to produce the best outcome. Think about it. Why do some people continue to choose to live in areas that are prone to earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or floods? Is there some advantage to doing so, or are they stuck there by circumstance? China has launched a large spacecraft whose mission will be to land on the moon and bring back lunar samples. The last time samples were collected was 44 years ago. A Long March 5 heavy lift carrier rocket was used for the launch. Once the rocket reached its destination in space, it placed the 8.2 metric ton Chang'e 5, which consists of an orbiter, lander, ascender, and re-entry capsule into an Earth-Moon transfer trajectory. The lander-ascender portion of Chang'e will descend towards the Moon to obtain about 2 kilograms of surface dirt and rocks from beneath the surface. If all goes as planned, the re-entry capsule will return to a landing site in Inner Mongolia in December, carrying with it the lunar samples. It will also make China only the third country in the world to bring lunar samples back. The lander will remain on the moon to carry out surveying and operations work. The landing site on the moon was chosen because it has never been accessed by man or rover. Think about it. China now only has 1 gram worth of moon rock. How much more influence will it have among the space and scientific community if it is able to bring back 2 kilograms of moon rock? According to state and federal prosecutors, California's pandemic relief system has been sending unemployment benefits to inmates. Investigations have revealed more than $400,000 in benefits paid to death row inmates and more than $140 million to other inmates. The fraudulent claims are sometimes submitted by inmates directly or by family and friends who they have given their personal information to. Other inmates may be victims of large scale organized schemes. The fraud came to light when attorneys uncovered questionable claims coming from prisons and noticed large money orders being sent to inmates. Think about it. What are some ways to easily stop inmates who are not eligible for unemployment benefits from submitting fraudulent claims? How do you think these claims slip through the state's monitoring system? Diego Maradona, who was regarded by many as the best football player ever, has died at 60. He suffered a heart attack after undergoing surgery to remove a blood clot from his brain earlier this month. His was a rags to riches story, which saw him rise from a slum to lead Argentina to a World Cup victory in 1986 as captain of the team. However, he was kicked out of the 1994 World Cup for illegal drug use. His drug use, alcoholism, and overeating shortened his career. He had a brush with death in 2000 when he nearly died of a cocaine induced heart failure. In 2008, he persuaded managers to offer him the coaching role of the Argentina team, despite his lack of coaching experience. Maradona made his league debut for the first division club Argentinos Juniors when he was just 15. Think about it. Why are there so many stories of athletes who fall from grace? Is it because there are more cases in their industry, or just because they are in the media spotlight? This brings us to the end of the news for today. Please subscribe to be notified of our next video. This is the Scholarlynk team saying goodbye and see you in the next video.